What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and give you all of your tech news in one single video. In this video, we talk about the Galaxy S21 Ultra, the Note 21, and the S Pen controversy. With all of that, we talk about the new Google products that they announced with their Pixel 5, 4a, 5G, their new speaker, and their new...
Dad,
My son's hungry. He's hungry. He's going to get fed after this. And so much more. So why don't I go feed him? Enjoy this week's episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day. Google Duo is rolling out an update. It's server-side, so you don't need to download an update for your Google Duo app itself. And you're going to be able to screen share. It looks like it's going to be Android only at this point. And what it's going to be able to do is share your screen. Meaning your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your friend has an issue with their phone. Hey, I don't know how to do this. While you're on a video call with them, they need to hit the three dots on the screen, I believe it's towards the bottom, and hit screen share, and they will be able to share their screen with you. You won't be able to control their screen, but you'll be able to see their screen and walk them through how to fix or do something on their phone. I've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. I've used a couple of other apps to help my family with Android issues, but this is gonna be perfect because they already have Duo. It's all in one. I love it. It's rolling out right now, so you might not see it for yourself, but eventually you will. Next up, if you have a Galaxy Z Flip, the newer one, the 5G version, or a Galaxy Z Fold 2, and you bought Samsung Care Plus, and you try to file a claim, because you can sign up no problem, but if you try to file a claim because you broke your screen or damaged something on the phone itself, and you want to cash in on that insurance policy, you can't. This tweet comes from Max Weinbeck because I guess he's having an issue, saying, I find it absurd that you can pay for Samsung Care Plus for both the Z Flip 5G and the Z Fold 2, but you aren't able to file claims. They have my $12 per month, but it's quite literally useless. I'm paying Samsung/Asurion for absolutely nothing. It's insane. So Asurion's the one that handles the claims for Samsung. So if you damage your phone, you can pay for insurance, but you can't file a claim and get it fixed as of yet. He even called Samsung themselves to help file the claim because he wasn't able to do it on the website, and they can't even do it. They said wait a few days. This was as of today, so maybe it'll clear up in the next few days, but as of right this second, you cannot. Samsung, shame on you. Speaking of the Galaxy Z Fold 2, this is in basically probably everywhere else except for the United States. There's an update being pushed out right now for eSIM support. Ishan Argarwal has put out a tweet saying the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 eSIM enabled update is out now. He went to try the eSIM, but it's simply a hassle for those to change their phones frequently. Useful if your phone has just one SIM slot like this one and iPhones and want to enable dual SIM. So that update is rolling out right now for probably international Z Fold 2s. Check for the update, and if you need eSIM, the update should be available basically right now. Last story of the day is all about the Galaxy S21 phone or Ultra, whatever phone this ends up being. Now there's rumors, it's mixed right now, but there are rumors going around that there will be support and a charger that comes out that supports this for 65-watt charging. If you know, the fastest on the Note 21 Ultra and on the Z Fold 2 is 25 watt. Now the S20 Ultra does have support for 45 watt, but there's not a huge difference between 25 watt and 45 watt. 65 watt should bring this to a whole nother level. And again, people are saying that it's going to come out. There's going to be 60 or 65 watt charging. So I've heard that from Chun, who's got a pretty good track record. Even on Galaxy Club, they're saying new Galaxy charger, 65 watt charging for the S21, question mark, possibly. But then there's another tweet from Ice Universe who says it has been confirmed that the 65 watt charger is used for notebooks. There is no indication that it will be used in the S21. Are we going to see 65 watt charging for the S21 series of phones? He's saying no. Other people are saying maybe. Again, it's kind of those wait and see things. We're still months away from the release of this phone. You would expect the S21 to come out probably in the March, April deadline of phones, which is still 5 months away. So it's considerable time away. But at the same time, you would think that they would know, probably at least Samsung would know if it's going to have 65 watt charging or not. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day. is about the LG Wing. If you remember, this is that phone that kind of twists and turns and has two displays. Well, we know a little bit more about it. It's going to come out on Verizon on October 15th. The price is going to be $999. Kind of an expensive phone when you think about it, because the specs on it are a Snapdragon 765G. It also has 5G support, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, 4,000 milliamp battery, in-display fingerprint sensor. It also supports wireless charging. Now, it will also come out on AT&T and T-Mobile later this fall. As cool or as amazing as it may be, I just don't think people are going to pay that. I can't. I want to see it succeed, because I like what LG's doing as a company to push different types of devices out. But at $999 for a upper or mid-tier phone, or whatever you want to call it in terms of specs, I can't see this succeeding. Next up, if you have a Galaxy S20, S20 Plus, or S20 Ultra, and you're interested in getting One UI 3.0, the beta version, because it's out for developers, but actually for like you just being a normal person like me and myself, well, you potentially can very soon. Samsung has put out a post. This is for South Korea, so it'll probably come out there first, but it does say Galaxy S20, S20 Plus, S20 Ultra, One UI 3 coming soon. The rest of it is written in Korean, but ultimately this is going to come out soon. The real full version, not beta, will probably be out at the end of November or sometime in December. As for the beta, you would think this is probably going to come out in the next week or two at this point. As more information does come out about this, I will let you guys know. Next up, OnePlus is not releasing the OnePlus 8T phone. They said they're basically the best phone in the world is out, which is the OnePlus 8 Pro. They're not releasing this one, probably because they have so many other budget phones out right now, or that are coming out. And then they have their major flagship phone, and the 8T generally doesn't do anything or be anything that much better or worse than the regular 1.8 Pro, so it makes sense. And the last story of the day is Samsung Good Lock has a pretty big update coming out with some new features for phones, if they can take hold of it, such as the Note 20 phones, Note 20 Ultra phones. So let's dive into this. Now, this comes directly from Samsung's official website, and you can see the top, it says customize more and connect better with the updated Good Lock app. And when we dive a little bit deeper into this, you can see it's going to say style your S Pen. That's the first thing. And when we read the paragraph, the first new app that has come to Good Lock is Pentastic, an app that lets you customize the way your S Pen works for you. Pentastic allows you to personalize how your S Pen responds to you by providing different theme and sound options for features such as air command and hover pointer. Furthermore, Pentastic allows you to set up your own dedicated S Pen shortcut. With this feature, you can select an app to immediately by double tapping the S Pen on your smartphone screen while simultaneously holding down the S Pen button. This ensures you have instant access to the functionalities that mean the most to you. So you can see new feature coming out for the S Pen and the Galaxy Note 20 devices. Live life in 3D. Customizing your device's home screen and lock screen is one of the ways of definitively making your smartphone your own. And with Wonderland app, which has been out for a while, you can now take this one step further by creating 3D moving wallpapers for your device. Wonderland is an app that supports easy and quick 3D wallpaper creation. Once you've created a wallpaper and image to transform into the app, you can apply motion effects and particle effects and choose from a range of presets, creating a moving wallpaper that is unique and dynamic. Again, this has been out for a while. I can't remember if the 3D wallpapers is new. I believe that's new because it's in this article, but the being able to create your own wallpapers and things like that is not a new thing to that. Curate your keyboard. This is new, given its crucial role in how we use our smartphones and tablets. The keyboard is naturally one of the most commonly used functionalities of any device. In order to provide a keyboard experience that is optimized to your taste, the upcoming Keys Cafe app, that's right, the Keys Cafe app, is set to let you customize your keyboard settings to be more comfortable for you thanks to its keyboard height and width resizing and key layout repositioning options, so you get some more customization there for your keyboard by adjusting the height, resizing it, and repositioning it. It says, furthermore, you'll be able to insert some personality into your keyboard experience with the range of themes and dynamic effects available in the Keys Cafe app. Keys Cafe will also launch with an exciting feature that turns typing into a game by providing scores and rankings to help minimize your typos. So a couple new things with your keyboard. Obviously, it's going to be for the Samsung keyboard only. I use Gboard, but if they make enough cool things in there, I might switch back to the Samsung keyboard because of that. And then lastly, it just says customize your experiences. The upcoming update to the Home app is set to provide you with more control over the sharing process. Through the Share Manager feature, you will be able to choose to hide specific commands such as Share Nearby and Direct Share from the sharing window as you choose, and manage your Direct Share contacts by selecting favorites or ones to hide. Furthermore, you can enjoy more control over the sharing UX by managing the apps that appear in your sharing window. Updates to the Multi-Star app have brought the I Love Galaxy tablet feature to users, which allows you to enjoy all new wireless keyboard sharing. This feature lets you connect your smartphone to the book cover keyboard attached to your tablet and seamlessly switch between typing on both devices. The Multi-Star app also supports more convenient orientation shifting for pinned apps, allowing you options for how to pin app moves when you shift between portrait and landscapes. Pentastic and Wonderland are available to users now. Keys Cafe and the updated Home app applications will be available in the Good Lock at the beginning of October. So they just keep on adding, improving, and editing the Good Lock app for Galaxy phones, and it's amazing. It's one of the coolest apps. If you don't have it already, you should. It's just, there's so much to it. It can be overwhelming, that's for sure. But just go, if you don't have it, just go to the Galaxy Store on your phone. You'll find the Galaxy Store, and then just do a search for Good Lock. And once you find it, open it up, download it, and then there's all these little modules in here that allow you to go in there and, again, customize your phone in so many different ways and control things that you probably didn't even know you could control really easily. It's awesome. Check it out. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is Google announced a bunch of products. They had a press conference today. They announced new phones, new Nest product, and a new Google Chromecast. Let's talk about the Nest audio product first. Remember, this will be like a smart speaker. They've released these in the past. This is an updated one. And from Google, it says, get to know your Nest Audio from Google. 50% more bass, 75% more volume than the original Google Home, 19mm tweeter, 75mm mid-woofer, high frequency coverage, clear vocals, and it's going to launch on October 5th. It'll be $99. And you can get it in a bunch of colors right now. So you can get it in chalk, charcoal, sage, sand, and sky. And again, this is available. You can at least pre-order it right this moment. Next up, we got one of the things I'm probably most excited about that they launched today. It's Google Chromecast with Google TV. And this product's only gonna be $49.99, or they have a little deal that if you get the Chromecast with Google TV and Netflix, $89.99, and you get Netflix for 6 months with that. And that's for current and new customers if you want. But regardless, it comes in the colors of chalk, aka white. Then it comes in the pinkish color, and then the blue color as well. I actually ordered the pink color for my wife and the white color for my downstairs TV. This can be pre-ordered right now, and it should be released in just a couple days, at like October 2nd, October 3rd. It looks like that's the earliest you can pick it up. Next up, they also announced the Google Pixel 5 and Google Pixel 4a 5G. Now the prices on these are going to be $699 for the Pixel 5 with a 6-inch display, comes in green and black, and then the 4a 5G comes in white and black. And just a little information on the release dates for these. The 4a 5G will be available in Japan on October 15th and 8 other countries starting in November, so probably won't come out in America till November. Pixel 5 will be available in 8 countries starting October 15th, and the US starting October 29th, but you can pre-order at least in America, you can pre-order the 5 right now, and then the 4A 5G, you can join a wait list. And then just some specs side by side, if you just want to see the 3 phones next to each other, you get the 5, and then the 4A 5G, and then the 4A. And there's not a huge amount of differences between the 5 and the 4A 5G. 6-inch screen versus 6.2 for the displays. Battery's a little bit bigger, 4080 versus 3885. You also get wireless charging and reverse wireless charging on the 5. Memory, there's a little bit of difference, 8 gigs versus 6 gigs, but all 3 phones actually have 128 gigs of storage. They both have the same, they all 3 have the same kind of security. Processors, you're looking at 765G with the 5 and 4A 5G. Cameras are exactly the same. You get the ultra wide on both the main camera and the front cameras as well. Camera features, again, all the same for the 5 and 4A 5G. Audio, the only difference is the 4A 5G has a audio jack, so you can plug in old school headphones. So the phones are looking good for like mid-tier phones. And again, you can pre-order a lot of these right now. I'll link them down below if you want to take advantage of that stuff. And the last story of the day is all about the battery size for the Galaxy S21 Ultra. We've had a few stories already about the battery size for the Galaxy S21 Ultra. It's such a mixed bag of specs with this phone. There's rumors it's going to have, good processor, but then maybe not like the best camera or like the best this or that. The battery seems to be remaining the same, and that is, it's looking again for like the 3rd time, 5,000 milliamp battery for this phone, which goes in line with the Galaxy S20 Ultra. So again, not a huge deal in terms of like a huge, a gigantic battery in this phone. I would have loved to see like a 7,000 milliamp battery. I think they do have one of their A phones, I think, comes with like a 7,000 milliamp battery. It's pretty crazy, but I'd like to see them do something like that. I know you guys would too. Obviously, if the weight of it is incredibly increased, maybe not so, but still, it is something that a lot of people would want. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day. If you remember, the Pixel 5 was announced yesterday and actually went up to pre-order as well in a lot of places, especially here in America. And if you buy it here in America, you don't get anything extra. But if you're in Europe, in a few countries, especially the UK, you get a pretty sweet freebie. Now this again is if you purchase it directly from the Google store and you're in the UK, Ireland, Germany, or France, you will get a free pair. I guess after a certain period of time, you can submit for a free pair of complimentary Bose QC35 2 over-the-air headphones. These are some of my favorite headphones. I actually have a pair of these. They're very, very nice. I think I bought them for around 350 bucks. And if you think about it, the phone goes for what, $599? And this is an amazing deal. So if you're in one of those countries and you're gonna buy the phone, or you did buy the phone, just make sure you do this deal because you're making out like a bandit. Awesome headphones. They have Google Assistant built right into them. Hell of a deal. And if you did take advantage of this deal, let us know in the comments down below. And the last story of the day is all about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. As you know, this phone is mega expensive. And here in America, it's $2,000. In the UK, it goes for £1,799. Very, very expensive. And people that have already ordered this phone or pre-ordered it have it. And again, you've had to pay that price. If you waited just a little bit, and this is in the UK, a lot of stories about Europe and the UK so far, huh? This is the last story anyway, so you're gonna get 2 full stories about the UK. You can get it for even cheaper now because they've increased the trade-in values for a bunch of phones. You can get the Galaxy Z Fold 2 for as cheap as £759 because again, the trade-in values have increased. If you have a Galaxy Fold, the original one, you'll get up to £1,040. You get £970 for the S20 Ultra, and so on and so forth. Big time deal. So if you haven't gotten this phone and you're waiting, this is a fantastic time to trade in one of your other devices and get this at Samsung. This is directly from Samsung UK that you can get these trade-in offers available right now. I got this story from Sam Mobile. Man, that's really not fair. I've never seen them increase trade-in offers higher than they were when they originally came out. That's unfair, don't you guys think? Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is you can get a free Google TV if you're a new customer to YouTube TV. It's a really good deal if you think about it. So what you need to do, and you can see this is right on YouTube TV's direct website. I'll link it in the description down below, and you can see it says, try YouTube TV free and get a Chromecast on us. Sign up for YouTube TV and get a new Chromecast with Google TV, which is a $50 value, after you pay your first payment of YouTube TV for $65 while supplies last. Limited time offer. Now, what you need to do is basically keep YouTube TV for free for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, let YouTube TV bill you. Immediately after they bill you, they're going to email you a redemption code that you can use on the Google store to get your free Chromecast TV, Google TV, whatever you want to call it. That's where you end up getting the deal. So it ends up, it's free, but really if you factor in all things, $50 for the free Chromecast, Google TV, and the cost of YouTube TV, it's really like 15 bucks. If you think about it like that, and it's only for new customers. If you're a current customer of YouTube TV, you cannot take advantage of this free Chromecast with Google TV. Again, if you want to sign up, it's linked down below. And the last story of the day is a story I know a lot of you are going to be interested in. It's a story that keeps going back and forth and back and forth. It's about the Galaxy S21 Ultra and the Note 21 Ultra, and if these phones are going to exist and what capacity they're going to exist. Now, the story comes straight out of South Korea, and it's coming from their heraldcorp.com website. This is the article. It is translated from Korean over to English, so it might sound a little bit weird, but here we go. And the headline says, "The truth of Galaxy Notes leaving rumors have been revealed." The article starts off with the truth of the Galaxy Notes leaving theory, which is constantly being expanded and reproduced, was revealed. To start with, the Galaxy Note 21, the successor to the Galaxy Note series, will be released next year. However, the Galaxy Note symbolic pen recognition function will be installed in the strategic product Galaxy S21, scheduled to be released early next year. The Galaxy S21 becomes a notebook. However, there is no S Pen. And we'll talk about what this all means after this article. But to continue with the article, initially, the Note 21 is expected to be discontinued next year as the S Pen is being mounted on the top model of the Galaxy S21 in foreign media and industry. However, the Note series will not be discontinued next year. However, applying the features of the Galaxy Note to the S series, we are preparing to exit sequentially. This is a strategy to absorb Note customers into the S series. With the advent of foldable phones, the identity of the Galaxy Note on the large screen becoming ambiguous, the S series is as large as the Note. The S21, which was scheduled to be released in the first half of next year, is the successor to the S20, the Samsung Electronics strategic smartphone released every year. The code name for the S21 is Unbound. Like the previous Galaxy S20, the S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra are expected to be released in 3 models. Above all, the S21 is equipped with the S Pen input function, the core function of Galaxy Note, according to the industry. Samsung Electronics is developing the component digitizer that implements S Pen input to apply the S21 next year. This is the first time the S model is recognized as the S Pen. The S Pen provides a feeling of writing similar to that of writing on paper with an actual pen, and is regarded as the unique identity of Galaxy Note series. However, the S Pen is not installed on the S21. Samsung is considering the natural exit of the S model by incorporating the advantages of the S model. It seems to be preliminary preparation stage to absorb the Note series into the S. So what this all means is there should be a Note series next year. There was a 60% chance of the Note series still existing, and it looks like it still will exist. But what's also mentioned in that article is that the S Pen will be compatible with the S21 series as well. I don't know about all the S21s, but it's probably at least the S21 Ultra. So you'll be able to get an S Pen that works with the S21. It might not physically go inside of the phone, it doesn't sound like, but it will be compatible with it. You'll probably have to get some kind of case where it would physically go in, or maybe it'll attach somehow to the phone, but it will be compatible with the S21 phone. The other part of this article is that it indicates that the Note 20 series, whatever you want to call it, the Note series will eventually be completely put out to pasture. Probably not this year's, because it sounds like there will be a Note 21, but probably Note 22, whatever they call it, will not exist. It'll be completely be pushed out and be absorbed into the S series. And at that point, you would probably expect that the S Pen would go physically into the S series phone, meaning physically into the phone and not have to go inside of it, a case attached or maybe magnetically attached to the S series. So Note series sounds like it's definitely going away, but will be incorporated into the S series, not completely next year, but the year after, and so on and so forth. And eventually, probably, maybe even going into the Fold series, meaning that you would use an S Pen on a Fold. It doesn't physically really mention that in the article that much, but it definitely sounds like the Note series is completely gone after 2021. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about some benchmarks. I'm not a huge benchmark guy in terms of scores for processors in mobile phones, but it's just really interesting to see the differentiating scores between the new A14 processor that will be in the new iPhone 12s and the processors like the Snapdragon 865 Plus, which is the fastest for Android. First of all, 865 Plus, this is a common score for that processor, and they are 973 single core score and 3346 multi-core score. Now, this other score comes from Ice Universe, who tells us that the Geekbench score for the A14 processor is 1583. Remember, on the 865 Plus, it was 973. So 1583 on the iPhone A14, and then 4198 multi-core score on the A14 versus 3346 on the 865 Plus. Again, 865 Plus is a freaking speed demon. It works so fast. I have it on this phone. I've had it on Note 20 Plus or Note 20 Ultra. So it's very fast. Even the 865, 855, they're all very fast. So that's why I'm not like huge into these benchmarks, but it's just really interesting to see that year by year that, you know, iPhone is still dominating in these scores. And the last story of the day is about the Galaxy S21 Ultra with an S Pen. We talked about it yesterday. If you saw that video where there was an article that came out in South Korea and it talked about the Galaxy S21, at least one of the versions, coming with the capability of being able to use an S Pen with it, and that there would also be a Note 21 Ultra with an S Pen, and then after that, the Note 21 would probably go away. Well, we have a little bit of further confirmation on that story, at least half of it. It comes from Chun, who's got a fairly good track record. And on Twitter, he put a tweet saying, "Now I can confidently confirm Samsung is indeed working on an S21 with S Pen support, at least the Ultra one. Can't confirm the S21 and S21 Plus though," meaning that he probably can't confirm that those will have S Pen support. So you're looking further into this, S21 Ultra S Pen support, but it's not supposed to have an S Pen coming with it, or one that actually physically goes into the phone. At least that's what the rumors and information that are coming out now. And then the Note 21 would have it, and then by the the S22 and Note 22 probably would not ever come out, but then the S22 would come with a version that with the S Pen would physically go in. So just S Pen support for the S21 Ultra. And you'd have to store it somewhere like a case or on the side of the phone, or I don't know how they would end up doing it. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Google Chromecast with Google TV. This was just released and announced by Google last week, and I've already bought a couple of these. They're basically devices that you hook up to your TV, and you have apps on it, kind of like you would with like a Fire TV stick or an Apple TV. You can also cast to it, meaning you can send video and photos that are on your phone and display them on your TV via this device. Well, it currently goes for $49.99, but what about when Black Friday hits? Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving here in America, which ends up being this year, November 27th, and that's a big day for shopping here in America. What about the cost of the Google Chromecast with Google TV how much it's gonna cost. On Black Friday, looks like per Android Police, it's gonna cost $39.99. So you get a $10 price difference if you wait until then. The only problem is if you do wait till then, there's a chance you might not get it because maybe they'll sell out of whatever allotment they have because the price might be so good. It's one of those things that you might buy that's kind of like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy it for someone no matter what, or buy one and then give away or keep for yourself, because that price, and with everybody streaming nowadays, it's almost like a no-brainer thing to get. So just a heads up, $39.99 for Black Friday, it's looking like. Next up is about the Galaxy Z Flip 2/3, whatever they end up calling it. Basically the next generation of the Galaxy Z Flip. And a couple of things about this phone. It doesn't have 120 hertz display, which is basically on almost every other Samsung Galaxy phone at this point. So this rumor, and it's a rumor, it might not come true, but it's a rumor, and it's probably going to come true just if you think about the way Samsung has positioned all their phones at this point. It looks like a couple of leakers, Chun and also not DJ Co, have both said that their sources are saying that the Z Flip next generation, the name is under discussion, will have 120 hertz display. And again, they both came out with this information that it'll have 120 hertz display. And again, it's not a huge thing out of the realm that might even happen. But at that point, if you have a Z Flip, you know, would you wait, or is that one of the reasons you're holding out because of the 120 hertz refresh rate? Let me know in the comments below. And our last story is all about the Z Fold, my favorite phone ever. Definitely ever, for sure ever. And one of the things about this is it doesn't have any water resistance. So if you dropped it in water, it probably, I don't even know, maybe it wouldn't die. Maybe if you took it out quick enough, it would. But it's not rated for that, for any water resistance for this phone. And this, again, another rumor comes from not DJ Co. And in his tweet, he says 2021 foldables will have splash resistance. He does, if you see the little tweet down below, he means 2022 foldables will have splash resistance. Now, I would think if this does come true that you probably wouldn't have to wait for 2022. I would think, well, possibly, but I mean, it's something that you would guarantee it's probably going to happen again in the future. Again, not a rumor that's completely out of the realm. It's just a matter of time. Is it going to be next year? Is it going to be the year after? I kind of think it's going to happen next year. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what happens. But they need to always add something to these phones. They could potentially make it smaller, skinnier, I should say. They can make this even bigger or wider. I mean, there's things they could do to improvement for sure. But I think one of the easier things I feel like would be to make this more water resistant or give it some kind of water resistance. What do you guys think? What do you think they're going to add to the Galaxy Fold 3? Maybe you think it's going to be the S Pen. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But I think like a big selling feature beyond that would be something like water resistance, or make the screen bigger on the front, or this thinner. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. See you down the road. Peace.